Once upon a time, in a small village, nestled in the heart of the mountains, there was a man named Hiro. Hiro was a very intelligent man. But he had a problem. He couldn't stop thinking. His mind was always racing with thoughts, worries, and anxieties, and he found it hard to focus on anything else. One day, Hiro heard that a wise Buddhist monk was visiting the neighboring town, and he decided to seek his counsel. He traveled for days to reach the town, and finally, he arrived at the monastery where the monk was staying. When Hiro met the monk, he explained his problem and asked for advice on how to stop overthinking. The monk smiled kindly and asked Hiro to join him for a walk in the nearby woods. As they walked, the monk pointed to a tree and asked Hiro to focus on it. "Look at the tree," he said. "Do not think about anything else. Just focus on the tree." Hiro tried to follow the monk's instructions, but his mind kept wandering. He thought about the tree's leaves, its branches, and the birds singing nearby. He tried to concentrate on just the tree, but it seems impossible. After a while, the monk stopped walking and turned to Hiro. "Your mind is like the wind," he said. "Just as the wind blows through the trees, your thoughts blow through your mind. But just as the tree remains rooted, you too must learn to remain rooted in the present moment. Focus on what is happening now, rather than worrying about the future or dwelling on the past." Hiro listened instantly to the monk's words and tried to put them into practice. He started to focus on the present moment, trying to enjoy the beauty around him, without worrying about anything else. Over time, Hiro's overthinking began to subside. He found that he was able to enjoy life more fully, and his worries and anxieties didn't bother him as much. He began to appreciate the little things in life: the beauty of a sunset, the tastes of a good meal, the laughter of a child. Years passed, and Hiro became known in his village as a wise and contented man. People would come to him for advice, and he would always tell them the same thing: to focus on the present moment and let go their worries and anxieties. In the end, Hiro realized that the key to happiness was not in trying to control his thoughts, but in accepting them and letting them pass. He knew that life is full of ups and downs, but he also knew that by focusing on the present moment, he could find peace and contentment, no matter what came his way. And so, the story of Hiro teaches us the importance of mindfulness and living in the present moment. By letting go of worries and anxieties, we can find happiness and contentment in even the simplest of things. The story of Hiro spread through the village and beyond, inspiring others to embrace mindfulness and live in the present moment. One day, a young woman named Suki came to Hiro, seeking his advice. "I feel overwhelmed by all things I have to do," Suki said. "I can't stop worrying about everything, and I can't seem to focus on anything." Hiro listened to Suki's words and nodded thoughtfully. "I understand," he said. "But remember, you are not alone. We all have worries and anxieties. The key is to acknowledge them and then let them go. Focus on what you can do in the present moment, and don't worry about the future." Suki took Hiro's words to heart and began to practice mindfulness. She started small, taking a few moments each day to breathe deeply and focus on the present moment. Over time, she found that her worries and anxieties began to fade away, and she felt more contented and at peace. As Suki continued to practice mindfulness, she found that her relationships with others began to improve as well. She was more patient with her family and friends, and she was able to enjoy their company without worrying about other things. One day, Suki returned to Hiro to thank him for his advice. "You changed my life," she said. "I'm so grateful for everything you taught me." Hiro smiled and shook his head. "I didn't change your life," he said. "You did. You took the advice and made it your own." That is the power of mindfulness. And so, the story of Hiro and Suki continued to inspire others. In the village and beyond, people began to realize that happiness and contentment were not things to be chased after, but rather things that could be found within themselves. They learned that, by focusing on the present moment and letting go of the worries and anxieties, they could find peace and joy in even the simplest of things. And they knew that they had Hiro and Suki to thank for showing them the way. This is Buddha Bless You motivational story. Thanks for watching, and stay blessed.